I know a lot of you had a very steamy weekend, but now things are going to cool off slightly if you get a shower, right?
Yeah, I think at least like by a couple degrees.
Yeah.
You might cool off a little bit.
Short-lived.
Short-lived, yeah. Anything helps. But so many of us were looking at the sky the past weekend and we're thinking, okay, come on, give me something, give me something.
Yeah.
Your neighbor probably got wet, but then you stayed dry. That's how it usually works.
It is, yeah.
Feels like. But today we've got some more heat, 2 more days.
Okay, we can manage that, surely.
I mean, done for a couple days.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll take a little
done
break.
until it comes back.
Yes.
Done until it comes back.
Yes.
Yes, we're all about any little breaks that we can get. Here's your Colts camp forecast today. There will be a chance for an isolated shower. In fact, in Westfield, some of the grass is a little bit wet, especially once you get a little bit farther south towards Carmel. But right there at Grand Park, we'll be watching closely. It's going to be warm. It's going to be steamy. Quickly, by about 11 o'clock or so, as we're right in the middle of practice, we'll be back in the mid-80s. If you stay until 11:15, though, the rookies will be signing autographs today. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Head to Colts camp, but do be on the lookout for a spotty shower this morning. Right now, we're sitting in the mid-70s at 73. Good morning for the Tigers in Lebanon. 75 in Muncie. Good morning in Winchester. 73. 73 reporting in Kokomo as well. Downtown Indianapolis, 74. And there are a lot of 74s out there this morning from Greenwood north to Fishers and Carmel, Pendleton and Greenfield. We're sitting in those mid-70s. That's where we also have the downpours right now. I'll show you live Doppler 13 here in just a moment. 75, good morning in Bloomington, and 73 reporting there for the Golden Bears in Shelbyville. Some of us are getting wet, but so many of us are not. But we at least have a couple downpours and then a few more coming in from Illinois. And these will track over central and kind of north central Indiana. Farther south you go, a little bit more slim pickings for us. But the heaviest rain is coming into Hancock County right now, and then into southern Madison County, Pendleton to Fortville, McCordsville. We're starting to wrap up some of the heavier downpours as they push east. Greenfield, the heaviest rain is on the south side, just south of US 40. But downtown Indianapolis, we've got to keep an eye out. Another cluster of some downpours coming right down 74, headed towards Green Street and Brownsburg here very shortly. This one will also track towards Eagle Creek. So we'll watch that closely. But today, it's going to be hot and humid. We need that front to the north and west. We're going to get it. We have to have some patience. It won't be here for a few more days. Let's talk traffic this morning. It is 6:02. And we do have some wet roadways out there this morning, depending if you got some of those downpours. But the good news is that no, we have no crashes or accidents. And also good news, if you're just joining us right now, by about 5:30, they reopened all of I-65 North. Now, there are still some lane closures, but at least you can use 65 North. We couldn't use it throughout the weekend. So that's some good news. We're taking to Hamilton County. Good morning. You can see all the wet pavement there on I-69. You're looking kind of off towards the north and east. This is Campus Parkway and also Southeastern Parkway. You head south, you come right into Hamilton, Southeastern, where we have school starting later this week. So we need some, I guess, good summer weather today for the kids as they're trying to soak in those final hours before the first bell rings. Live look in Pendleton, there at Pendleton Pike on the east side of Indianapolis. Traffic is a little heavy at times in the northbound direction with the headlights, but Julia, we're moving.
That's a lot of traffic. All right, thanks, Matt. Well, for the second time this month, Metro Police are investigating a mass shooting that happened here in Indianapolis.
We know 5 people were shot on the city's far east side. This was yesterday afternoon in a neighborhood near 38th and German Church Road. This map shows you where these incidents happened. Let's get to Matthew Foltz this morning with more on the people shot and where police say the investigation stands this morning. Matthew.
Yeah, good morning to you both. Right now, at last check, Metro Police tell us one of those victims is in critical condition while the other 4 are stable this morning. Again, as we work to get more information on what exactly led up to this shooting, neighbors tell 13 News they're shocked and upset that this happened in their neighborhood. Now, Metro Police say the shooting happened around 4 yesterday afternoon. They were called to Horn Nickel Drive, just east of 38th and German Church Road. Once on scene, they say they found 1 victim. Then about an hour later, 3 more victims showed up at Community East Hospital. And then police eventually found a 5th person who was shot. Now, 13 News spoke with one woman who lives in that neighborhood who did not want to give her name. She tells 13 News that she heard the gunshots, then looked outside.
And all I heard was boom, boom, boom. So I came outside to see something horrible, and it was just upsetting because my grandkids, they're always out here playing. And it's like, now I can't let them come outside and play because of all this.
Now, right now, Metro Police believe all the victims are males. We're still working to learn what exactly led up to the shooting, but investigators do believe 4 males were inside a car and 1 was on foot outside of that car when this shooting happened. Again, police do not have a suspect under arrest this morning, but we're still working to learn more information. We're also working to learn the ages of the victims, Julia and Julia, that are involved in this incident. So, of course, still many more questions that we hopefully will get some answers to later this morning.
I'm very hopeful that some tips will help police connect these dots too. Matthew, thank you.
Well, Indiana State Police are investigating after a Marion police officer fired his weapon.
This is around 10:15 yesterday morning near 4th and Western. That's where witnesses told police a man in a white SUV was shooting at a pedestrian. When officers got there, they say they also saw a passenger in the SUV shooting toward a pedestrian. That's when an officer fired at the suspect. Now, no one was hit, but homes in the area were damaged by this shooting. The suspect ran off, police say, and haven't been found. A jury trial is set to start this morning for a man accused of killing 3 people in Lawrence last year.
24-year-old Malik Shaw facing 3 counts of murder. His arrest puts him in violation also of his probation from when he was convicted of unlawfully carrying a gun in marijuana possession last year.
He is now charged with shooting and killing 19-year-old London Coleman, 19-year-old Aaliyah Wortman, and 27-year-old Spencer Lawson at the Jamestown apartment community. A maintenance man there says he heard the shots and chased 2 suspects, shooting at them with his own gun.
Police have not identified that second suspect, but a phone left in the suspect's car at the crime scene is what helped police track Shaw down. His jury trial is set to begin this morning at 8:30.
Also in court today, a former IMPD officer that is accused of child molestation.
We're not naming this person because prosecutors have not yet filed charges. So the 54-year-old ex-police officer retired from IMPD in 2024. According to state police, the crimes he's accused of allegedly occurred while he was employed as a police officer. A state police SWAT crew searched the former officer's home in New Pal last week, and he was arrested Thursday. Jail records show he is being held without bond and that he is set to be in court today. The county prosecutor there will then make the final decision on any formal charges. Police in Cumberland say a man and a boy shot this weekend are both recovering.
Someone flagged down officers around 9:30 Saturday night. This was near Woodlark Drive and East New York Street about a shooting at an apartment complex. We know one of the victims is a man. We don't know the age of the boy here.
We have a couple of people detained just because there was 10 to 15 people initially when that first officer got here. He wanted to get control of the scene, so we're kind of shifting through that. We are taking people out of handcuffs at this moment once we figure out what their role was, if they were just here and something like that. We do not have any set suspects in mind at the moment.
But police do say they are open to tips to help them connect the dots. They want you to reach out to IMPD or Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS.
Happening today, the man accused of stalking Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark will be in court. 55-year-old Michael Lewis was charged with felony stalking back in January. Court documents reveal Lewis sent Clark threats and explicit messages on X. The FBI stepped in to get Lewis's information. Prosecutors say things escalated, though, when he traveled from Texas here to Indianapolis, and those messages continued even after police questioned him. He's set to be in court at 1 o'clock this afternoon.